So one of the questions I get most frequently is how's the book doing? And I was gonna write a blog about everything because it was on my mind today, but I'm just gonna talk to you because it's a lot easier. Most people would just gauge book sales or stuff like that based on money, profit, things like that, and I've not made hardly any money, definitely very little profit. So I'm not like selling a crazy amount or making dollars from it, but the places it's taken me just make me laugh at what God has done with it. And I know that it's a Christian book, of course. I'm going to say God did it, but no, seriously, the places God has taken me with this, I can only give Him credit for. Published the book. Thanks to everyone that was involved in that. But a lot of my friends bought it, being supportive, so thank you. My friend Erin, who used her magical celebrity powers, put it out there that it existed. I'm sure people saw it from that. But then out of nowhere, I was invited to be on Comic Culture at UNCP. So if you're the person that made that connection, thank you. So I got to do an interview about that. And then thanks to a well-connected journalist, I got to be in the Fayetteville Observer, and literally 4 hours after the newspaper article was in the newspaper, I got called to go to Fort Bragg and speak at the library there to the soldiers. I was not only allowed to, but I was welcomed and promoted as I was set up at Free Comic Book Day at Apocalypse, and that was one of the two goals I had when I published this: set up at Apocalypse and take it to Heroes Con. And yes, I did take it to Heroes Con. And at Heroes Con, I made just so many connections. I got to really make a better relationship with people like Cuddly Curiosities, and I got to have cool table mates like Mary May. And at the con, I just finally got to do what I wanted to. I got to have serious conversations about what I believe and my geeky culture with people that it actually ministered to. That's why I did this. I made connections with people like Robin Roberts over at XCon, and Robin in turn passed my book on to Dr. David Powers. Dr. David Powers is a burly, scary, but awesome man who, bought a metric ton or less of my books, and he runs a church called Kapow. And so not only did I meet him, I'm now invited to speak at his church, Kapow, which I'm doing on Sunday evening. Robin got me in touch with, told me about XCon, so now I'm set up at XCon. I'm going to be set up with, not just visiting, actors from Doctor Who and from Firefly, and I get to be there representing the gospel in those capacities. And I was able to go to a library con in Fayetteville, and then from that I met someone who invited me to set up at a national poetry competition that's taking place at the Rock Shop in Fayetteville. And so many things, and Dr. David Powers also connected me with Game Church, and they're a missionary organization that literally just ministers to the geek persuasion. After interacting with them and seeing just how great it is that people have the same heart, same mindset. Yesterday I just gave the entire organization my book free access for a digital version. I mean, I'm amazed at what God is doing. And just the way all of this has woven together, I'm amazed at how God has used it. No, I haven't made like stacks and stacks of dollars, but I'm loving it. I did get a writing job because of the book, thanks again to my friend Aaron, for Clever Movies, and so I get to write nerdy scripts and I get paid for it. And everything that I get paid for writing scripts for Clever, I can funnel back into what I'm doing with my book. Oh, my friend Brian is letting me set up my book at Next Fest. So I will be at a concert with Newsboys, Family Force 5, and God only knows the exposure that's going to come from that. So the book is going great, not because I'm an awesome writer or because I cornered the market on something or anything like that. The book is going great because God is blessing it, and I know that's the only reason. So pray for me. Pray for this process. Pray for me when I go to Comic-Cons and stuff, that truly this will be more than me just trying to sell merch, that this will be God moving. I am working on a second volume, but at the same time, my life is bananas. And so it will come when it comes. I'm hoping to have it ready by May so I can have it at the next Free Comic Book Day.